Okay, so hello everyone. How nice to see you all. I was wondering how I would start, and I thought it's always safe to talk about the weather. But then, of course, you don't care about the weather. It's always sunny. But here in Iceland, it's difficult weather. Maybe I thought if I can switch to the other camera and show you the. Were you able to see?
It's blurred.
It was a
No?
little bit.
Well, I can't hear you, but anyway, I wanted to show the Icelandic sunset. It's so beautiful now. It's the Echo Henshaw time, where the sun is just below the horizon, and I'm hoping maybe there are some northern lights tonight. Anyway, it's wonderful to see you all, Nyosi and Shinko, and is Rosie there or?
No, he couldn't make it.
Okay. And all of you, just wonderful to see you. And I miss you all because there was such a wonderful time last August in Nyose's Shinsan-shiki. It was so wonderful, and I'm just reflecting on it as time passes, and this was truly an amazing time, and such a unique experience. I don't know if can I share my screen?
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah, go ahead and try.
Let me see, because I thought I might show you some and tell you a little bit about our Sangha here in Iceland. Of course, many of you have met some of the Icelandic Sangha members. And for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Zenki, and I'm with the Icelandic Sangha, and I've been a student of Rosie for a long time. And I wanted to show you some photos. Let's try to share the screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So wonderful. So I have quite a few photos of our Sangha members. It's in our new place, and I was hoping I could show you some. You can get a sense of the entire or our beautiful dojo or our space. So this is me and Helga Kimyo, which is also a teacher and a long time student of Roshi. And what you see there in the middle is calligraphy by Hoitsu Roshi. And he made this and Dojo Roshi, the abbot of Toshoji, where I trained in Japan, he helped putting it on a scroll and sending it to us. So it's just across the door when you come in. You see this beautiful scroll. This is Myoju, or one bright pearl. So, so this is our new table, and some of our Sangha members. This is the kitchen, or part of the kitchen, and there you can see it's on a second floor, kind of in the suburb of Reykjavik, where I live. I live in 5 minutes drive from our place, so I'm very lucky to have this place so close. And I try to be there, of course, as much as I can. And we have a little, you see in the behind, we have a little for changing, and we have a sofa, and those pictures, I think they were taken last spring, and there you can see inside the cento. I don't have any photos of the cento, or of the cento, so but you can see behind there's a wonderful room there, or where we sit sasen with our altar. And so this is just a Sangha gathering. And there you can see the behind. And also I wanted to share with you something. Those are very special days because the other day, not yesterday, or not yet, on Thursday, the Icelandic president invited people from all of religions, from I think there were up to I think maybe 20 religion leaders in Iceland, or 20 different religions, and he invited us to his place, and this is his place where he lives, and actually I'm a musician as well as a Zen priest, and this is the church I work for the president's church, and this is where I work. I take care of all the music in this church, the choir, the organ, and the piano. So, but the thing is, it was quite unique, I think, even if you look at the entire world, that the president of a certain country invites everybody who are in leaders of different views of what it means to be a human being. And he spoke, and I show you. There's Guðni T. H. Thorarinsson, our president, in his place, and there you can see there's me and different leaders, the Catholic, Mormons, Rabbi, Christian, just name it. And I was kind of, I wasn't sure if I should go or not, but it was or how it would be, or it would be kind of silly. But the president was very clear. He had a very clear message for all of us. He said, you have a lot of responsibility as leaders of your churches, and it's your responsibility to present compassion, equanimity, and equal human rights. this is your, I am asking you to do this. And we all listened because he spoke very frankly and very clear. And I was surprised the way he spoke to us. And I was suddenly at this meeting, I was so happy that a moment like this can occur. Because when people meet from different religions, you already know that we don't agree. But anyway, if we don't agree, we at least we all share this moment. The moment is the same for all of us. It's the same nature. So we must be able to agree on that because it's the truth. It's what right here and right now. And it's the same for all of us. And it's not until we start to say something about it that we start to argue. So I was hopeful because the president was very clear that before you say anything, we already have the entire world right here, right now. Doesn't matter what you say about it. And then there was a group photo of all of us, and we were all just so happy to be there. And then he invited us to have coffee and tea and Icelandic pancakes. And I was suddenly very optimistic about even though there's a terrible war going on in between Israel and Palestine, and then also in Ukraine. But in some parts of the world, there are maybe some awakenings and some progress. So I was thinking it might not be a spiral down into darkness and war and disagreement. So it was very joyous moment. And also on Tuesday, last Tuesday, there was a women right day. So all women in Iceland, they took the day off work and came together, and this is like 1/3 of entire population of Iceland. This is more than 100,000 women, and I was so proud. And many of our firms and everything was just closed for a day, so that we can honor women right and equality between men and women, because it's still not there. And there was there was so much power. So the entire population of Iceland is like 360,000. And this was more than 100,000. And this was just in Reykjavik. So maybe 1/3 of all Icelanders went downtown to do something and to show something. It's very important. So I think it's very many things are happening, and awakenings are in many places. And also, I wanted to tell you about that. In the beginning of October, I went to France. Um, to meet other participants and other priests and nuns in Europe, which was really, really, really great. And I was so surprised. There were more than 200 monks and nuns, and they were all together to celebrate. Actually, they were celebrating. It was called the preliminary memorial ceremony for the 700th anniversary of Dai Honsan Shojichi's founder Taiso Keisan Jokin Senshi in 2023. And I realized that I haven't in when I was in Toshochi in Japan in 2016 and 2019, I met actually some of the European some of my European brothers and sisters. But I was so surprised to meet even some of them again, and to meet many other people, and it's in a place that is was founded by Taisen Deshimaru. Deshimaru was the first Japanese priest in Europe. So when he founded this place, it's called La Gendronière, if I pronounce it right. La Gendronière. I can't say it. But it's in this beautiful building, and there's this is his stupa, and you can see a photo of Deshimaru. So Deshimaru was a student of Koto Sawaki Roshi. And Koto Sawaki Roshi, on his when he was dying, he asked Deshimaru to go and to tell others about the Dharma. And it is said that he went to France because of the French legacy of philosophy. And he said many of the philosophers understood the Dharma without knowing it. So it's a very, very beautiful place. And this is inside the big building. And there's they have a dojo as a part of where we where the sasen, and then hatto where all the where we chant, and then another building for residency. And there you can see the bonsho just outside the hatto. La Gendronière, Principal Temple Zen Doshiden. I'm terrible in French, but anyway. And this is inside. So this is the dining hall. You can see all these people who came, and it's hard to believe that not so far away from there, there's a terrible war going on. So it also made me think about why some people go to war and other to places like this. It's a great question. And there were lectures and such a wonderful atmosphere. Everybody were so enthusiastic and so inspiring. It was so inspiring to meet all these people. I just I guess I knew about all the Zen in Europe, but I'd never. This is the first time I go, and it's and I think I will start to go there more. And so this is in Hato, and this is where we were practicing the ceremonies. And this is, I don't know if you can you hear? And it reminded me of our practice in August in Moses in Shinsanshiki. There's something about Soto ceremonies because they compel you. Are you gonna be there or not? Are you gonna participate with your whole body and mind or not? Because it's you're completely naked there. There's nothing there except you and others. So there's no there's no communication by words. It's just all chanting and moving your body, and so it really emphasizes this moment. And it's up to you if you participate with your entire body and mind. And it's and those are the bike, the singing. You can hear. I think it's usually the bell is the Tensho bell. It's the same as we know. I think some of it must be a. I'm looking for a. There must be a video there. Oh, there is. I think you can hear the Baika singing. Great song. Yes, the Baika. And so it's so now I understand because it's in my headphones, the sound, so that's why I didn't hear. I'll go a little bit. This is my friend Saketsu. I met him in Toshochi. And here it's after we're going behind the big house for a photo. And also, I met some of the people that were actually helping with Shinsan Shiki on in Nyose's Shinsan Shiki.
C'est même un plaisir.
No. Okay.
Okay. I think I'll stop sharing now, and I'll. Was it okay? Did you see and hear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So Keisan Senchi, he is like a very, like he is a very important figure in Soto Zen. He was ordained by Koun Eicho, which was Dogen's predecessor. And so Keisan Senchi's enlightenment or realization was every day is the way. Everyday life is the way. And it's that the simplicity of and conveys both the simplicity and the profoundness of our practice, because it's not because that's where we live. We live in our everyday life when we do the dishes and when we're walking and when I play the organ or whatever we do. That's our life, and that's. I think that was what the president, when he was talking to us, I could feel the way I understood it. At least it was that we all have the everyday life. That's something we all have. But it made me think about how to accept everyday life, how to accept this life and this moment that equally accepts peace and war. It's strange, but it's not strange. It's our life, and it made me think about when I met all the people that went across the globe to be there and to practice something. And then we hear about the war, and I guess it's it's easy to be angry, I guess, and resentful when you hear that there somewhere right now people are being blown up and pieces, and it's just very hard to accept. So this has been my koan for the past weeks at least, and many times before I've thought about this. How is this possible. But one thing I thought about, because when I was a teenager, I would compete in swimming. I was in a swimming club, and I would compete in swimming, and so water is something very, always feel well when I'm in water. And I thought maybe our life is like water. The more you struggle, the more you sink. The more we don't agree, the more we sink. So the trick about being in water is agreeing with the water, or accepting the water. Know its nature. Because just like this moment when you're in water, it's part of the moment, and it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's just, that's it. And I thought about also the in Kensho Koan, one of my favorite sentences there are: to carry yourself forward and to experience myriad things is delusion. That myriad things come forth and experience themselves is awakening. So when we carry ourselves forward and we grasp and we try to control and manipulate, we sink because we don't agree, we don't accept. Accepting that there is war is not agreeing that there should be war, but accepting it. Why should we accept it? It's because it's already there. It's already happening. And just like in water, when you allow the water to come to you and you can feel the water and you allow it, and then suddenly you float. And you can say you're not saved by the water, you're saved by myriad things. Because water is not separate from anything else. It's not separate from you. So that's why we're saved by all things. It is said when Buddha had his deep awakening under the Bodhi tree, he saw the morning star, and the morning star saw him. Because the morning star is not separate from you or from him. So we're not saved by one thing, we're saved by myriad things. And this is awakening. This is, I thought it was a good analysis, to use water to explore. So the water is the function of the entire world. And just like you are the function of the entire world. And maybe it's to face the world, to face the ignorance, the greed, anger, and ignorance, and to face it in yourself. It's very important to, that's the only way. We cannot like when Buddha was, it is said when he died, he said, "Be a light upon yourself." He said, "Look at yourself. How you cannot wake up through others. You can wake up through your own experience." The intimacy of relative and absolute. Because you have a mind that can say something. And there's a beautiful also. I thought I would read something, a passage by Thich Nhat Hanh, because it's autumn and we can see the leaves are falling. And it's like to say that the winter is not saved by the summer. That would be one way to point towards the horizontal or the vertical time, not the linear, just the vertical reality. So Thich Nhat Hanh is talking to a leaf, and if I may, I'll read the passage for you. I asked the leaf whether it was frightened because it was autumn and the other leaves were falling. And the leaf told me, no. During the whole spring and summer, I was completely alive. I worked hard to help nourish the tree. And now much of me is in the tree. I am not limited by this form. I am also the whole tree. And when I go back to the soil, I will continue to nourish the tree. So I don't worry at all. As I leave this branch and float to the ground, I will wave to the tree and tell her, I will see you again very soon. That day, there was a wind blowing, and after a while, I saw the leaf leave the branch and float down to the soil, dancing joyfully. Because as it floated, it saw itself already in the tree. It was so happy. I bowed my head, knowing that I have a lot to learn from that leaf. I think this is the reality that we can all agree on, because it's the truth. What more can you say? And I think that was actually the president's message to all of us. And I think it also would help us to not being angry about what's happening in the world. Because it's just one body. And I was thinking, I cannot blink my eyes once unless it was for all of you and for the entirety of the entire world and the universe. Otherwise, I couldn't even blink my eye. That's the reality. And we have our position. Another passage in Gensho Koan, Dogen writes, if the bird leaves the air, it will die at once. If the fish leaves the water, it will die at once. Know that water is life and air is life. The bird is life and the fish is life. Life must be the bird and life must be the fish. So accepting life in this way is it's a big challenge for all of us. I know. But I think we must accept this moment just as it is, because it is already like it is. It's too late to say anything. And I think maybe that's it. And I think the world is, or the entire, our life is deeply beyond existing and non-existing. And that's something we can contemplate on. So anyway, so maybe if there are any any comments or questions or something you would like to say, or
Zenki,
yes.
I just wanted to thank you very much for your talk and pouring tree poem once. Very touching.
So can anyone speak into the speaker so I can hear, or can you come closer because I can't hear? Or let me just I can switch over to my headphones.
Zenki,
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I hear you now. Okay.
I just wanted to thank you for your talk, and I was very touched to hear the poem by Thich Nhat Hanh, The Falling Leaf. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it was a story that really touched me because it's so simple and just yeah. I'm glad you experienced the same. So I would and then I would like to thank you all very much, and I miss you all very much, and I wish I could be with you, but I'm with you in this way, and it's wonderful. So thank you.